What's going on today, you guys? Today we're going to talk about quitting and why you might need to be doing more of it than you think. Let's get right into it. So guys, quitting is something that we're taught when we're young is bad. Quitting is always bad, never quit, always keep with what you're doing. And of course, this is kind of a ridiculous thing when you think about it. You can't do everything all the way, all the time. Strategically quitting is actually a really important skill to have, especially when you're trying to be the best at what you do. So the bad type of quitting to be doing is quitting in the face of adversity. Quitting for the short term because it would be easier to stop. For instance, if you're running a race and you decide in the middle of it that it's just too hard and you're gonna stop, that's quitting for the short term in the face of adversity. So what you need to be doing is quitting for the long term. For instance, in my own life, I'm trying to be a professional drummer. So I'm practicing drums every day. I'm definitely not gonna quit that. The things I need to be quitting are the things that are getting in the way of me practicing drums every day or getting to be a better musician or drummer. So in my life, this is especially hard for me because anyone that knows me knows that I like to do a lot of things and I have a really obsessive personality. I'll get really into one thing for a while, and sometimes it takes me away from practicing drums. And I have to know when to quit these things because it's detracting from what I really want to do, which is be a drummer. So for instance, I've been really into coffee. At a certain point in my life, I've been really into bikes. I've been really into motorcycles. I've been really into cameras, all these things like this. And I have to know the point when to stop. Because at a certain point, I'm not going to be the best videographer in the world. I'm not going to be the best coffee maker in the world. I'm not going to know the most about coffee of anyone in the world. And I don't aspire to be that. So at a certain point, I have to quit these things. So in this way, quitting for the long term of being a really great drummer is a great idea. And I'm getting this idea from this book called The Dip that I talked a little bit about last week in my video. So I actually read The Dip for the third time this week on a road trip to rural Colorado with my family. And I keep getting more and more out of it each time I read it. And this time I read it, I was really thinking about the quitting aspect of it. The subtitle of this book is When to Quit and When to Stick. So I made a list for myself of the two things I want to stick with. And right now, that's practicing drums, becoming a better drummer, and being a musician. So all into one, that's basically just practicing. That's one thing I want to stick with. And the second thing I want to stick with is my YouTube channel and putting out videos every week about music like this. So these are the two things I really want to stick with. So pretty much everything else I need to quit in one way or another to be able to maintain becoming really, really great at these two things. Once again, these two things are practicing and making YouTube videos every week. I need to not put so much time into coffee. I need to not put so much time into motorcycles. And I'm really bad about getting really into certain things, and I'll research the crap out of like coffee, the right motorcycle helmet to get, all these things. So these are the things in my own life that I need to be able to start quitting strategically to become a better musician and a better drummer. So a great analogy for this, guys, is this weekend I visited the Great Sand Dunes in Colorado, and it was blistering hot. We were walking up these sand dunes and it took forever to get up them. Our feet are slipping down a little bit each time. There's mosquitoes everywhere. So it was a crazy time. But anyways, I was carrying my camera the whole way up with the gimbal, which is up there, which is pretty heavy. So I'm carrying it this whole way up and my backpack on. And eventually I got really tired. It was really hot out. We were going up these huge sand dunes. They're some of the biggest natural sand dunes in the world. So a great analogy for when to quit and when to stick is if I would have quit in the middle of that and not gotten to the top, I wouldn't have had that experience. I could have put my camera away, that could have made it way easier, and I could have got it back out at the top, and that's quitting for the long term. So there's all these scenarios that it's a great idea to quit in, actually, to become better at the thing you're trying to get better at. You have to quit all the clutter around the thing that you're really trying to get good at. And it's basically the same kind of idea as minimalism. Minimizing all the distractions so you can go and focus on the thing that you really want to be good at. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think about this idea, and I would highly recommend to go check out the book, The Dip by Seth Godin. So go read it if you can. It's a really short book, and it's really influential right now in my life. So thanks so much for watching again, guys, and if you enjoyed this video, go down below and check out some of my other videos. And if you enjoyed those, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel for weekly videos. Thanks again, guys, and I hope you have a great day.